off the sky onto my heart to cover up what I don't wanna show. I let you in deeper than I let anyone else before. Lining up with my broken pieces, took them all and made them yours. Didn't know what my heartbeat needed. Skipping out, no I can't keep score. When I lose my breath, boy, you got me breathing. Oh, every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Oh, you take me higher. Ooh, you take me higher, baby. Take me higher. Ooh, you take me higher, baby. Take me higher. Ooh, you take me higher, baby. Take me higher. Yeah, you take me higher, baby.
Welcome to Saturday Night Bottom, progressive new show with Let's BS Free. I am your host, Maul, and this is on the way. Anna will not be with us tonight. As you can see from our title, one of the most fascinating stories I have ever come across. It is just a simply mind-blowing story from Reddit. That I just had to look through because the story is so outrageous. And if anybody looks at Dusty Thunder podcast, he does a live show. I cannot tell you the days. It's not like a secret. I just can't remember what the days is. He did a live show and this story came across. The story got so wild that it derailed his show. The story, it literally was not the next story in his line. It derailed the show because the updates after updates after updates after updates got more crazy and more crazy and more crazy and more crazy that it literally derailed his show because it was like, oh my God, we got to know what the update is. What's the update on this? What's the update on this? So that's what it is. This will be here in a second. Now, why am I late? I was late because I went to a Mother's Day event. I knew it was going to run late. So for anybody asking, I thought you said we're going to 8 o'clock. We are going to 8 o'clock on Saturdays and Sundays. I just knew. I don't even have my lights up. I literally just walked in the door 4 minutes ago. I don't even have my lights up yet. But I knew beyond a shadow of a doubt that I wasn't getting here at 8 o'clock. And I was right. I'm literally just getting here at 9 o'clock. But to be frank, we are going to 8 o'clock. Either the next time it's either going to be 8 o'clock or I just won't do a show because y'all know how important family is to me. Anyway, because of this, we have a Am I the A-hole, a Mafia video of the week, a positive story of the week. We do not have a Foxy's video of the week because I just ran out of time today to even put it together. So we'll do a lot more tomorrow. I apologize. Y'all know I hate being scattered. It just bothers me, but I know that I took the last 2 weeks off in a row, and I know people who watch this show who watches it for the entertainment or for the advice or for the education or for, if anything, the camaraderie. I know people who come to this show, and I just feel like it's my obligation to not let you down. Um, so I can just tell you that it's not all together this week. It's just not. I am all over the place today. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get this party started. All right, let's go ahead and see who we already got out there. Parker did come in. I thought you said last week we would change to 8. We are, and we're changing back to 8 o'clock next week. We're not going to change that. Tracy is here. Hi. Hey, Tracy. Thanks for coming in. All right, let's go ahead. This is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 part. All of them are 3 minutes long. One is literally 41 minutes long. I'm just giving you a heads up on what we're going to go through. But let's go ahead and get into the introduction of it. This is the original OP's story. So just pay attention to this, and then I'll give you a little bit more background as the story goes on.
A bit of background here. I, 39 female, have a brother, 32 male, who I will call Chase. Chase has been with this girl, 35 female, that I'll call Vivian, for almost 2 years now. About a month into their relationship, Vivian got pregnant with my nephew, who is now almost a year old. Vivian also has 2 daughters, 5 female and 8 female, from a previous relationship. Her daughters are very close in age to my daughter, 7 female, and up until last weekend, everyone got along just fine. They live in a different state than us, but come to visit fairly often and stay with us because we have the extra room. Last weekend, they came to stay again, and about an hour before they left, my daughter noticed that a few of her favorite toys were missing. The girls were playing all weekend, so I didn't think much of it, and offered to help her look for them. After about 20 minutes of searching, we could not find the toys anywhere, so I asked Vivian girls if they remembered where they were playing with them last. The girls said no, but acted a little guilty about it. I asked Chase and Vivian about it, and Chase said he saw the exact toys in the room that Vivian's girls were sleeping in. We went to check, and they were not there. He asked Vivian if she had moved them back when she packed the girls' things this morning, and she said they were not there. We went back into the living room, and I saw Vivian's girls huddled close together over a backpack and quickly closed it when they saw we were there. Okay, well, if it wasn't a red flag before, it is now. Chase asked the girls again if they knew where the toys were, and this time they didn't say anything and just looked at their mom. So mom already knew. Chase reached for the bag, and Vivian lost it. She started yelling at me, how dare I accuse her daughters of stealing, and she tried to snatch the bag away. Chase opened it, and there were the missing toys, plus a few more. I was absolutely furious. I told her I wanted to see what else she had and demanded she open the 2 suitcases. She said that was an invasion of her privacy and tried to take them and leave. Chase stopped her and made her open them. She had taken several tops, a few skirts and dresses, and a brand new pair of Nikes that belonged to my daughter. I took everything back and told her she and the girls were not allowed back into my home. I have since received several texts from her and a few unknown numbers telling me how I embarrassed her and upset her girls because they were promised the items by their thieving mom. Chase is upset with her, but said I was too mean to her in front of everyone and that I could have handled the situation more privately. I do feel awful that her girls left crying, but am I the astronaut for how I handled the situation? Edited to add answers to a few questions I keep getting. I'm not sure who promised the girls the items. She would not elaborate, but I'm assuming it was her. She wanted me to pull her aside into a different room away from Chase and the kids to talk the situation out. Also, yes, I'm 99% sure the baby is his. He is almost a carbon copy of my brother when he was a baby. I do not believe the girls knew they were stealing the things. I really believe that their mom told them it was okay. We have never had problems with the girls before. They really seem to be good kids. Also, I'll be talking with my brother tonight or tomorrow to discuss things further. Edit 2. I will be speaking with my brother in about an hour. I have been in contact with someone that knows her, and a lot has come to light. I will update again if my brother says I can, as it's his life and not mine. Vivian is not at all who she claims to be.
Okay. Now, off the bat, it really just looks like a normal, terrible, you're just you're a thief, you're a liar, you're raising your kids wrong. It just seems like the normal, You're not the a-hole. She's a thief. She's teaching her kids how to be a thief. Blah, blah, blah. Call CPS. The whole genre. And it is bad. And we're correct. You are a thief and you're teaching your younger kids how to be a thief. Whether they know if they're doing right or wrong anyway, you knew that your kids took the toys. And it's just so crazy to me that the most toxic people in the world always want you to take the higher ground and take you, be nice to me, even though I just screwed you over. Please don't embarrass me, whatever. And the funny thing about it is Chase, which I guess that's the boyfriend, was like, she said that you could have took her into another room and talked to her. Woman, you were still in clothes. I'm not about to take you into another room. It'd be my fault if I took you into the one room that you didn't go in so you could scout it out and take more stuff from me. No. I have to take you to the side and talk to you. So, whatever. But anyway, my point was, as terrible as the story was, it still, compared to other Reddit stories, it's just a normal, the mama's bad, raising kids to be bad, you got your clothes back, blah, 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 and everything else. Hey, Theus.
Hey, sir. Sorry.
Did you hear the story or should I play it again?
I heard nothing. I was on another phone call. But
okay.
But
I'm going to play the
next one. You can continue what you're doing.
Okay, well, basically, to make just real long story short, the OP of this story has a brother who has a girlfriend who they have a baby. Also, the two have a baby.
Both brothers have a baby with the same woman.
The OP has a brother who has a girlfriend, and the two of them share a baby.
The brother and the girlfriend have a baby.
Yes.
But the OP doesn't have a baby.
No.
Okay.
I mean, the OP has small kids,
but not part of this.
Not part of this story.
Yeah, okay. Because I was like, dude, this Alabama. Yeah,
yeah, it ain't got there yet. Basically, a long story short is the brother Chase and the girlfriend stay out of town. They visited. The girlfriend has two kids around OP's kids' ages too, so they spend the night. They get along great. Well, they was finna leave, and OP's daughter came and said, "Hey, we're missing some toys." So it's like, well, where was the last time you saw it? I saw them with Chase's girlfriend's kids playing with them. So they went into that room. It's gone. Hey, have you seen the toys, little kids? No, I haven't. They look into a book bag because what they saw was that the kids was looking into a book bag, and then when OP and her husband walked up, they quickly closed the book bag up. So they looked in the book bag, and there are all the toys. Now they're upset because they said, my mother promised us these toys. Okay, red flag 1. So now OP is looking at the girlfriend going, and I'm going to need to check your bag too. Oh, no, that's an invasion of privacy. No, you can't look at it. Chase now, the boyfriend is pissed off, grabs her bag, looks in there. OP blouses, tennis shoes, that the Nike shoes that was for the daughter.
How big a bag is this? Come on, man.
Just big enough. You have those little tote bags. It's big enough.
Okay.
Basically, the am I the a-hole is
family of thieves. Okay.
Yeah. Basically, OP, am I the a-hole? Because the brother said that the girlfriend said, you could have took me into a side room and asked me privately that I take your stuff. I'm like,
you got no right to privacy when you guilty.
I just caught you stealing.
Yeah.
I'm not going to take you. Do you really think I'm going to take you to the run room you probably didn't get to scout? So you can scout it out and take more? I'm not going to do that. Why would I do that?
That's interesting. I would never think of it that way. It's more along the lines of you could use that argument with me about the whole, why didn't you take me aside and give me the respect as an adult? If I was wrong, right? Because it was like, I'm the bad guy now because the kids were acting like kids. Kids do exactly what you described, right? So kids being like kids, all right, cool. But me shaking down another grown person, that's next level, okay? So I'm wrong on the surface for trying to shake down an adult. But then when I shake down the adult in my house, you in my house, shake down the adult, and you got my stuff. I don't owe you an apology for nothing. Like, I'm not even wrong for shaking you down now because you obviously needed to be shook down. So, because if you're going to come clean, you would have came clean when I asked you. You know what I'm saying? You were literally continuing to lie to me in my face because you didn't think I would go to this next step.
Yeah, you
offended?
You thought you were going to get away with it because you live out of town. So by the time you figure out there's some clothes, some blouses, some shirts, some shoes.
You may never figure it out.
Yeah.
And that's what she was counting on. She probably thinks that you live better than she does and you got it. So you won't even miss it. But my thing is you don't get to live in another person's pocket. It don't matter if they're going to miss it or not. That ain't up to you.
But anyway, that right there, just take all that into account. Even if we talking smack, it's still a random, you're a bad mother, blah, 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 everything else. I am going to give you a 45-second snip. It is an introduction on just how bad this is about to get.
Update May 1st. Thank you all so much for the responses. I'm sorry I haven't been able to get to everybody's comments as I really didn't think this would take off. I talked with my brother last night and showed him a lot of your comments and suggestions, and thanks to someone in the comments, we now know a lot more about Vivian and the kind of person she really is. I will not be able to tell you all everything, but I can tell you that my brother and nephew are now staying with us while he gets a DNA test and proceeds to cut ties with her. I may have more to give you all in the coming days or weeks, depending on what the paternity test says. Again, thank you all so much. No other update yet.
No, her account is...
OP's account is deleted?
Yes.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't even care. Because this is all assumptions and innuendo. It's just one of those things. Like the first part is cool. I can feed into that. I can talk through that because, kids being kids. And then it escalated into mom. And this is where the kids get it from is mom. Mama's a klepto and a liar and a thief, But now we're talking about kids might not be his and blah, 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 blah. Why I need to know that? You know what I'm saying? Like
you do. I'm the one who actually, trust me, you kind of do.
No, actually, no matter what happens with the story, I don't.
I have been hanging with you for the lowest time. I kind of like it's the theist thing. Don't give me information when I don't need no freaking information. It's like, just don't. I just did that, however, just to show you how derailed this is about to get.
Oh, I can tell it's about to turn into a full-fledged Jerry Springer special. But,
But let's go ahead and get into the story because I got 6 of these things, and that's just number 2. Yeah, I couldn't. It's
let the good times roll.
Yep, let's go. Number 3, the introduction to KAS.
Well, this is certainly blown up, but who am I to deny the people what they want? KAS lore. For obvious reasons, I'm going to be a little vague with certain details for privacy reasons. Mainly, I don't want this crazy train coming back to my life, and hopefully you'll understand why by the end. So buckle up, bitches. This one is long and wild. And please don't judge me. We don't associate with any of these people anymore, and haven't for over a decade. Also, I will say that she is a very pretty girl and has usually gotten whatever she wants from men, so she's not used to hearing no. 2005. When I was 18, my then boyfriend, now husband, and I were invited to a house party hosted by a friend of a friend to celebrate graduation. We knew about half the people there and had been to the house a handful of times before. We were all hanging out in the basement, and after a few drinks, I went upstairs to use the bathroom, and that's where I met KAS, who was 14 at the time. The bathroom door was open, so I walked in and turned on the light, but to my surprise, there she was with some guy in the bathtub doing things you typically wouldn't do in an unlocked room. I apologized and found a different bathroom. About an hour later, she came downstairs where the rest of us were and locked in on my boyfriend and made a beeline for him. Keep in mind, I'm right next to him. She tries to sit on his lap. When he pushes her off of him, she pops back up like a demented jack-in-the-box and immediately starts screeching about how she was just playing. You aren't even hot, and you could do so much better than her to him. We stayed another hour or so and left. A week later, she was blowing up the guy's phone that she hooked up with and telling him she was pregnant. When he didn't believe her, because honestly, who would after just a week, she tried to press charges for... I do know my boyfriend and I both had to talk to a police officer because we were both there and I was the one that walked in on them. I don't know what happened after that, but the charges were eventually dropped. 2009. My husband and I are 22 and she is 18. We are now married and living on the East Coast because he's in the military. We come home for his parents' 4th of July party and get tasked with going to get more ice. He runs in to pay and I'm standing by the ice chest outside waiting for him, and guess who shows up? She walks straight up to me and says something along the lines of, she's glad I finally learned my place and that she and my husband have been so happy together for the last year. She also made some very vulgar comments about their sex life. I don't even have time to react to her when he comes back outside and she goes pale and then bright red. This crazy bish then has the audacity to look at my husband and ask him what he wants for dinner that night and try to remind him of plans they have that weekend to go to the lake with her family while he just stands there staring at her like a dumbass and then asks if he knows her. I absolutely lose it and almost piss myself from laughing as she stalks off. Once we're back to his parents, he gets a Facebook friend request from her and deletes it. Over the period of 3 days, she sends him 4 or 5 friend requests, so he blocks her. We go back to North Carolina the following week and forget all about her again.
I can't even follow all of that. 14-year-old kid doing stuff they ain't really got no business doing. And like, she says that she's pregnant and dude like, no, I don't think so. And OP is like, well, who could blame him? It's only been a week. What? That right there is stupid. The whole thing is unnecessarily messy and classless. And then, yeah, old boy, whoever she was with, she was 14. You are in the crosshairs for a statutory graping situation. No matter what the situation was, no matter what the conditions were. So,
well, we don't know yet because we don't know how old the other kid was either.
Doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter.
If it's statutory, yeah, it does matter. If
see.
she's 14 and he's 14, not statutory.
Okay. I'm gonna go with you, Mr. Law Expert.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're gonna look it up.
I sure am.
I knew you would. I guess.
Let's see. So it's probably something that's not prosecuted, but accordingly, it is often the case that where 2 minors engage in sexual contact, each has technically committed statutory rape because they're below the age of consent.
Ah. So both of them is then.
Both of them could. Odds are, like you were basically pointing to, ain't nothing gonna happen. But this is one of the reasons why, like me as a kid coming up, when I came up, we were taught you don't mess with nobody. Like, because you know the whole sophomore, senior romance that happens in high school? Not in my crew. In my crew, you ain't mess with that. Because you can be 17 and she could be 15. You gonna be the one going to jail.
Yeah.
I don't care you both in high school. You know what I'm saying? So that young lady's father catches wind of it and he ain't happy about it. he will make an example out of your little dumb behind.
Man, please don't be smart enough to go, but we're in the same grade.
Yeah.
But
But
y'all been in the same grade more than once. So what's your point?
yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things, right? So I don't really have this discussion with a lot of young men because I don't interact with them as much as I need to. I don't know where they at, right? Because most of them sitting in the house playing on video games. And these kids now ain't really even connecting like they used to, like when we were younger. But it's important to understand that just because you don't think it's wrong has zero to do with the reality of the situation. Zero.
All right. Let's keep this train going. Because that's 3, but I should say that was 3.1.
Was this all the same story?
This
was a new one, right?
This is a new story.
Okay, I thought so. I was like, I couldn't find a way to connect the two. Okay.
This is a new story. If anybody missed it, what this OP is going, I read the original OP story, and I know who this is. And she's telling her part of how she knows it. That's why she renamed, I guess it was Nicole or whatever it is.
Vivian is now
KAS.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and get into part 2 of this story. Yeah, right here. Let's go.
2010.
Oh my gosh.
This is already movie worthy. I'm now 7 months pregnant with our daughter, and we fly back to our hometown one last time before she's born, of course. Run into KAS again at Walmart. I know how it sounds, but we're from a town of about 5,000 people, so you kind of see everybody all the damn time, whether you want to or not. I'm noticeably pregnant, as I'm 7 months along. I'm also only 5'2", and at the time weighed about 115 pounds, so it was very clearly a baby bump. She's with her sister, and they seem to be following us, but we try to ignore them. We're now checking out, and again, they're right behind us, still acting like children, but in her defense, she was 19-ish at the time. We're still ignoring them, and her sister says fairly loudly, "He'll dump her now that she's fat." We continue to ignore them and leave the store. Later that day, a friend tells us to check Facebook, and lo and behold, there's a picture of me in the snack aisle with the caption, "When you catch your surrogate buying nothing but junk food." And so many comments agreeing how horrible I am. This psycho had been telling everybody that I was the surrogate for her and my husband's baby. We filed a restraining order the next day.
What the f***? Oh my god. Okay, keep going.
All right. 2018. We moved back to our hometown and buy my family's farmland to start our own cattle business. Highly don't recommend if you like to be able to make and keep plans, see your family, or take vacations. Also, why would you move back home knowing this crazy bitch is there? As far as we know, she has gotten married and is living her life away from us. About 6 months into us being back, we get a letter in the mail from a family lawyer saying my husband needs to present himself for a paternity test, and we were being sued for child support. Apparently, the baby girl came out white, and KAS's husband was not. She told her husband that my husband had her and that it was his baby. Charges were filed, and thankfully we were still in North Carolina at the time of conception, and the Army is very meticulous about knowing where their soldiers are at all times. The grape charges were immediately dismissed, and the paternity test and child support was too. We filed another RO and installed cameras all over our property. Her husband ended up adopting the baby, and they stayed together. Really, dude? Really did they stayed together because after that stunt, he was just afraid of what she would do. 2020! She makes the front page of our town paper. Apparently, KAS had another baby girl who also did not match her husband's skin tone. He kicked her and the kids out, and one night she came back to his house in full view of his security cameras in her own car with the kids and set his porch on fire.
Who is this woman?
The husband got temporary custody of the girls for about 2 years while KAS was in jail. 2023, she gets the girls back and dips out of state. The husband files a police report and everybody's looking out for her. Unfortunately, the husband passes in a car accident the same year. Oh, these poor kids, which is how they became the accomplices to her. 2025, I'm doom scrolling on Reddit and see a story that sounds very familiar, and here we are. Reasons I thought it was her from the other post, her and her girls' ages. We knew she had a baby boy recently. She has a history of theft and immediately playing the victim when caught. We still have a few mutuals on Facebook, so I do see her post from time to time, and knew she moved in with the new guy, Opie's brother from the other post, about 1.5 years ago. Well, I think that's the meat and potatoes of it. I'll be around later this afternoon to answer any questions. I may have some of the other dates off, but hell, my memory is trash these days, and I try not to think about her or any of those crazies.
I'm gonna let you go because I ain't got much.
You go first. I haven't heard the story.
I really wish Anna was here because I would like to get her level-headed, approach to all this. Because I'm sorry, man. I do not want to bring the mood down. I'm just like, I can't find. I'm searching for a point to care. Like the young lady who's keep making up stuff, she obviously has issues. She needs help, but she's never gonna get help. She's just gonna keep going to jail until something spirals out of control and someone gets hurt. And the OP putting all your business out here in the streets. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really have much respect for her either. The husband, don't know much about him. She ain't really put too much information out there. But to say that he's an active duty soldier, but then you're able to move back home and buy your parents' land to run the ranch, first of all, hats off to y'all having so much money that you can buy the family land and run a damn ranch. What kind of soldier are you, buddy? So somebody got money, and I just can't really feel for, Dynasty Falcon Crest issues, right? Yeah. And then she's like, the military don't take too kindly to this, that, and the third. So is he still active duty? Like, I'm like, the whole thing just.
Okay, what it sounds like to me, he's no longer active duty. Once he's
done, the military is not involved. This isn't a veteran issue.
What he was saying was when she did the great allegations, the military kept record of where he was, which was in
somewhere else. Yeah.
Somewhere else. So they was able to say there is no way that could have happened when he was on the other side of the country.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
Now, as for the buying a farm, we don't know how much it costs for the farm. Nepotism has been around for so long.
She said,
who knows?
She said they bought it.
Yeah.
And it's enough to raise cattle. You need a lot of land to raise cattle.
Oh, yeah.
Right. That ain't my, I bought my family's 5-acre plot. That's not, no.
Well, there's a more explanation at the end about that. But that's why I was saying I feel like for me, and without trying to give away the ending, so to speak, I just feel like there was some bit of nepotism thrown in. Like,
well, I mean, we obviously talk about
all maybe in quotation marks, so to speak. Let's just put it that way. Yeah, here's $1 because I told you you're gonna get the farm anyway.
I get it, and I'm gonna be very clear. There's nothing wrong with having wealth. There's nothing wrong with passing down assets to your children. There's nothing wrong with wanting your children to have a better opportunity and all that. I'm wholeheartedly for all of that. But they having problems I can't relate to. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no.
The girl who's obviously unstable, she needs help. But from the way the story's going, she ain't gonna get help. And then she goes to jail. Now, this is part of a miscarriage of our whole legal system. She goes to jail, gets out, gets the kids from, like, y'all. I don't. I'm not saying she should never get the kids back. That's definitely not what I'm saying. And there's got to be more to it than all of that. And I don't expect the OP to give us all of that. But it's just like, just look at that.
Yeah, that I agree with you. That did throw me. Like, she got the kids back. How?
She got the kids back. Oh, actually, I don't even know she. It's weird because it's like she lost the kids because of her criminality. So she went to jail, and her husband, that she said. Now the OP said, first kid, husband kept her. Second kid, husband kicked him out. But he was still married to her, apparently. So then she goes to jail. Well, since he's the one who was married to her, he gets custody to both of the kids. That's not how it works. It would go to the biological parents. Now, if they can't figure out who the biological father is, then okay, maybe that's how it got back to the one she's married to. But then he has the kids. She gets out of jail after 2 years. She kidnaps the kids. Like,
well, he adopted the first child. I don't think they never said that he adopted the second child.
okay.
And
Anyway, you know.
and in some states, right or wrong, we're not here to argue it. In some states, if you have one child, you adopted one child, one of the primary things is, okay, we don't want to separate the children. So if you got one child, you're going to get another child too.
Woogie.
I didn't say it was right or wrong.
I'm not making a judgment on it. I mean, we'd be here all day with me talking through stuff like that.
But yeah, the worst case scenario that I can think of how she even got custody, and it may be a misspoke of the second OP, is that she didn't get the kids back. She got visitation,
and then she took them.
Mm-hmm. So she didn't get them back. The state was like, okay, you still have parental rights. You still get to visit them. You still get to take them away. Now, granted, here's what kind of throws me. That wasn't supervised visitation. I mean, just torch the porch, and you just go. We're right back to just not 24/7 visitation. She okay.
Yeah, did she go to jail for torching the porch, or did she go to jail for stealing stuff?
No, she went for torching the porch. As far as I'm concerned, and I guess I can spoil this one, no criminal act was filed on the stealing stuff because the stuff wasn't taken from the house. They caught him before she left the house. So
this is the same story.
It's the same girl.
Oh Lord. It's
the same girl.
I know, but what I was saying, that's where I was confused, because so basically we listened to the end and now we're listening to the beginning. Like, this is what happened, and then like that movie trick where they're like, this is how we got here. This is the origin story. Okay. Yeah. Because remember what she said was 2025, I read a story and it sounds so familiar about this girl KAS. Yeah, this is some small town nonsense. Yeah, well, 5,000 people. Trust me. I grew up in the big city for a long time that started off as a small city. Like, it may not have been 5,000, but probably 10,000. And yeah, I would lose my freaking mind if I ran into the same person, regardless of where I went. I'm sorry. I'm not used to that. That would drive me out of my freaking mind. Well, I can't relate to it. I really can't. I can't relate to it, which is another reason why I'm having a hard time finding an anchor point to this, because I'm like, all of this is some TV, like what, Lifetime TV movie, you know? No, they said it for a while. They said it for a long time. Somebody need to make a movie out of this. But before we get off on another tangent, because we got two more. I didn't think we was actually going to fly through this as quick as we did, but we are. So let's go ahead and get into the fourth part of the story.
All right, here we go. The plot thickens.
I'm so excited.
The story continues. The saga goes on. Hey y'all, this is probably going to be the last KAS update for a while. It's been a rough 48 hours between some issues we're having on the farm due to 4 days straight of rain and KAS finding the posts about her. I'll try to be brief, but give you guys an update as to what's going on. I have been in contact with the OP from the first post, and we have permission to include a couple of updates from her situation as well. KAS has been arrested.
Woohoo!
Her girls are safe with OP's brother, and they are all back at his house. She found the posts and went feral with comments, and even a post which included a picture of my husband she took from my Facebook that I have since had to deactivate. We called our local sheriff's department about the harassment and learned that she had an active warrant. I was able to get in touch with OP to find out exactly where she was, and they contacted the law enforcement agency in that area, and they went and got her. We have pressed charges as well. Right now, she's looking at stalking, harassment, child endangerment, resisting arrest, and assault on an officer among the charges she already had pending. standing. Oh, you mean so when they went to pick her up, she fought him? I knew what might happen if I responded to OP's post, but I do not regret reaching out to her or exposing her antics. What matters is everyone is safe and she is being held without bond. Update from OP. The girls are safe with my brother and he has all 3 of the children. He's been awarded temporary guardianship and we will be getting them into counseling in the coming week. I tried to press charges, but as the items never left my home, I was unable to. We will have the results of the paternity test next week as well, but no matter the outcome, he will be trying to get full rights to my nephew.
The only thing that I find strange about that part, literally the only thing I find strange, is I'm actually agreeing with this is on this one. What they were talking about was the original story. The original story. So he obviously, Chase, if anybody remember the boyfriend's name was Chase. He has custody of his child. But somehow, even though it is confusing, even though the other 2 kids is not his in any type of way whatsoever, he got custody of them 2 as well.
And that's her brother. Opie's brother.
Yeah, I got that, but how did he get custody of the other 2?
Because apparently this is a very methed up situation.
I can't wrap my head around it. Like, I can see you saying, okay, this is your child, or right now.
But think about what you said, Marlon. Think about what you said a little earlier about not separating the children.
I know, but it's
those children are all related. So he has custody of one of the children. He provides a stable, safe household. Apparently, the mother's family has got to either be absent or just as bad. So to keep the kids together, he gets custody of the first one, guardianship of the second 2. And then they figure it out from there.
Maybe I'm just listening to the story like it's boom, 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 and not thinking maybe there is some legal things happening, that takes.
If nobody else steps up to claim those children, then the social worker is going to do their best to just do what's best. And sounds like out of all of this nonsense, her and her husband are the ones who are the most secure. Even though, like you were saying, it's kind of weird because he's the subject of, not the subject, but he's so much of this mess is swirling around him. Yeah. But it's a messy situation.
I didn't think we was gonna be able to do it within the first hour, but I'm glad we did. But let's go ahead and get into the final story about KAS.
The Legend of KAS, another update, this one from May 7th, 2025. Good morning, all. I have a couple of updates for you, but first we need to discuss some things. I appreciate all the love we are getting from this, but some of you need to check yourselves.
Is that me? Are they talking about me?
I will not be posting pictures of her. I will not be linking articles. I will not be posting mugshots. I will not be posting her court records. While, yes, all of this is public record and can be found online, it will expose our names, address, and personal information. If you ask, you will be blocked. If I have to block enough people, I will delete this account and then no one will get updates. Sorry to be an ass, but this is our lives, our home, and I have to put us and our children's safety first. No soup for you! I have also had a few questions on why we moved back with all this going on every time we came home. This farm has been in my family for over 120 years, and I will not be giving that up over her. Now on to the updates. KAS is still in jail and will be held there until her court date in the coming months, after which she will be transferred back to where she was arrested to face charges there that include child endangerment, resisting arrest, and assaulting an officer. We have had a few people ask if we are safe, and yes, we are. We have security cameras that run 24/7 on all structures, barns, houses, sheds, garages, everything. Out here, both inside and out. And, well, yes, Part of the reason we have them installed was because of her. The main reason is we own a working cattle farm. Farm accidents happen all the time, and our insurance is a lot less if we have them, so no, we're not just being paranoid like a few people have hinted at. I mentioned in a comment that her brother owns a trucking company that we work closely with, so I was able to fill him in on everything going. He is talking to OP's brother to take in the girls, and they have a family court hearing on Friday and will hopefully be living with their uncle soon. He's a really good guy, and his wife is amazing. If they are anything like KAS, they would not be working for us, and I believe that they are the girl's best option for a normal upbringing. Now, on to the baby boy. Chase is the father. He already has a lawyer and given the circumstances should be able to get full custody and rights to him going forward. I will update again after the hearing on Friday as we will be going with him to help him get the girls. As far as I know, KAS has not reached out to check on them since being arrested. Oh, and no, her late husband's accident was not her doing. He was driving home one night after being at the bar and went off the road. He was found the next day and there were no signs of foul play. It was determined the most likely cause that he was intoxicated. An animal ran out in front of him and he swerved to miss but hit a tree.
Man, look, you go ahead and do all of your wrap up on this, family, because this is the most Jerry Springer white trash nonsense.
It is. You didn't hear me at the beginning of the show. This Dusty Thunder does a live show. This was not in the rotation at all. This whole story was not in the rotation. He read the first story, and somebody in his group who was, commenting went, "Oh, there's an update to this. You need to go find the update." So they found the update, and like I said, it derailed the whole show. Because every time they was like, "That's not the full story. That's not the full story. That's not the full story." Because we keep reading and reading and reading. It's like it was more and more and more and more. And look, I made it as short as I possibly can. I promise you, it probably took up a whole hour of his show. Just this story. Just this one story. And it wasn't even supposed to be in there. Now, here's what I'm thinking. It's going to be harsh. I'm sorry. It's what I feel. Does KAS need help? Yes, she does. I believe that. Thea says he believes that. A lot of people who are watching this show believes that. However, how I grew up and what I've learned and what I've seen and the observations that I've made, a lot of them may think that they need help. A lot of people may not think they do. And that's just their freaking personality. That's just the way they are. And if they feel deep down inside that that's the way they are, they're not going to go get help. You're not going to make them go help. You have to think back to when the second OP was talking about her when she was 19. KAS had a cheerleader, her sister. Her sister was cheering her on. I mean, not cheering her on, so to speak, but believed everything she was saying was correct. She was obsessed with OP's boyfriend, husband.
Which turned out to be true.
And wait a minute, what you mean it turned out to be true?
Didn't she just say that the paternity test came back positive and that's his kid?
No, the brother from the very first story. His name is Chase.
Oh, okay.
The one who got mad and grabbed her bag and told her she needed to empty it out and everything. Yeah.
Okay, I can't keep track. Sorry.
At the second OP, trust me, they did that on Dusty Thunder's thing too, because he was confused too. Like the husband, OP's husband? Like, no. See, it got so wild listening to the KAS story that we literally forgot about the first story. The original story that started all of this, we flat out forgot. So I just want to keep this in mind when we so much, and rightfully so, I'm not jumping on anybody or bashing anybody, or for the love of God, I'm not even telling you to stop doing it. But I just want you to pause and think every time you say, they need mental health. They need mental health. They don't know what they're doing. Maybe they do and don't care.
It's not the same thing, fam.
Why is that not the same thing?
Saying that somebody needs help is not the same thing as excusing their behavior.
Oh, no. I'm not saying to excuse them at all. Bad is bad.
It doesn't matter if they want to accept the help or not. This young lady was failed. She was failed. No matter how you want to slice it and dice it, she's 14 years old, having relations in a bathroom and with an open door. 14. She continues to have reckless behavior moving forward. She then gets even worse, starts spiraling out. She commits arson, stalking, trespassing, right? This girl was failed early in her life.
By who?
I don't know. They didn't tell us. But she's 14. Something failed her. Something got to her. Right? Now, I understand in our current society, nobody really cares about things like that. They're like, well, everybody has a hard life, and they move on. But the reality is, for her to be 14, dealing with that, something failed her. Something failed. And then she continued to spiral. And nothing intervened. She continued to get worse. Here we go. And now we're going to watch, unfortunately, most likely, a lot of those behaviors to start to manifest in her children.
I agree with you that she was failed. And there was a reason why I said failed by who. And when you're in a town, I'm sorry, I'm really waiting to see if my wife is going to choke to death or not, because this is the longest cough fit I've ever seen.
Foxy, are you okay? Because I'm going to show some compassion that Marlon apparently ain't got right now.
I got offline and asked her, was she okay? You acting like I'm just doing this.
And then you came back like, hey, man, I don't know. She messing up my show. I wish she just hurry up and choke.
Oh, die or something. Do something. You can't no more.
It's just not fit. Okay, it just wouldn't go down right. I'm sorry.
My God. That's like somebody literally over there choking you. But anyway, my point is, I agree with what you're saying. I just want us to take a step back and go, she was failed. What I was asking, failed by who, is we're talking about a town of 5,000 people. We don't know what the resources is in that place. Did something happen to her? I believe it did. Come on. I believe it did. But now who's the resources that was going to help her? Where was the resources that's going to help her? When you're in small town America, which everybody just believes I'm not talking about you, things. I'm just talking about it in general. People just that believe that the same resources that we have everywhere else should be everywhere. And it's not true. You don't.
Well, what I'm getting at is not even that. Because you can be in a big city with all the resources in the world. If you can't afford those resources, or you don't know how to get those resources, or you don't know who to ask for those resources, it's just as good as not having them to begin with. And then you got pride, you got ego, you got privacy, you got all those other things. Those things happen in a big town, small town, anywhere in between town, right? That doesn't change the fact she was failed. I'm not talking about, who didn't get her whatever help. Like, that's a different discussion that's valid and important, but something led her down the path is all I'm really saying. You may never know, Could have been a traveling salesman when she was 12 who had access to her and did something untoward. Could be an uncle or a cousin or somebody who over-sexualized this young child. Who knows? What we do know is that her behavior was self-destructive at least as early as 14. And then her behavior only got worse. And when I believe, this is my belief, is not based on science or anything like that, but I believe that a person will essentially revert back to the age of their greatest trauma. So that's what their coping mechanism basically kicks in at. So if her trauma is that of a 10-year-old, 12-year-old, 14-year-old, you got to look at what skill sets, what toolbox does a child that age have? And what behaviors are you expected to get from them? They either get small, they get loud, or they get dank, or they get, they act out. This is what they do at that age when confronted. And she continued with that type of behavior all the way through. I would be willing just to throw a guess in the dark that whatever originally happened to her, she tried to tell somebody and they didn't believe her. I'll be willing to throw that one in the dark. And the reason why I say that is because as the story continued to unfold, that kept recurring. You did this. No proof to it. You're just creating it. You did this to see if somebody would believe her. Why didn't you trust me with this? Right? It's not justified. It's not founded, but it harkens back to nobody believes me when I try to tell them things. So they just start creating stories, and people still don't believe them because you're creating stories. But that's part of the malformed mind of someone who's trying to work through trauma that has never been diagnosed, has never been helped, has never been anything, So I'm like, this young lady is a criminal. This young lady has behavior that is antisocial, that is damaging to her family. All of those things are absolutely true. And I believe she is also a victim of some form. So I believe both things can be true.
Yeah,
it doesn't mean you don't go to jail. It just, right. But it should inform how we think of you and how we feel about you at that point.
Cass needed help back at age 14 because she had no parenting, rules or boundaries. She was lost.
Yeah, I don't know if it was at 14. I don't know if it was at 12 or whatever, but yeah, I agree. She didn't have.
I'm trying to find a lie in it, and I can't find a lie in it because I don't know. I from the story, I don't know if she didn't have parents. I don't know if she had rules. I don't know if she had boundaries.
She was at an adult party.
But somewhere along the line, it was the loosest parenting rules and boundaries for her to be in an adult party at 14 in a bathroom with no locked doors.
I think it's very clear she didn't have effective parenting because not just that event, but going forward, you didn't hear about a parent stepping in to try to help intervene or address her behavior.
We didn't hear about
my daughter's one of my eldest is grown. If something happens with her anywhere in these areas or lines of issues, guess who's showing up? Me, right? So she could have been, I don't think she was. She could have been raised by a perfectly healthy family, snuck out the house, made up a lie about where she was supposed to be, said she was at a sleepover. There's so many different ways a 14-year-old girl can end up at an adult party. So many different ways. Especially a young adult party, because I think they were like 18, 19 years old. Like she was basically a high school student at a college party, right? Mm-hmm. So many ways that could happen. But she was a victim of something. And I don't think she had good parenting. Not because of the decisions she was making, but where was her covering? Where was her protection? I mean, I know it's like a, what do you call it, pie in the sky or naivete or whatever. But I just, in my heart, I believe every child deserves to be protected and covered. I just think every child is entitled to a childhood. But I know full well every child don't get it.
Yeah. Well, everybody, that is our first hour. We're going to go ahead and get into the second hour. Like I said, I just did not have the time to have a Foxy video of the week, but we do have a relatively full second hour. I may hold on to this story for a time when it's me and Anna and Thiz is out saving the world again, or spending time with the family, or whatever. Because I would love to get her thought on it. Like, she's the nurturer of this group. We're not. so I would love to get her thought on the story. So I'm gonna keep this story and just play around with it to a point where this has other obligations, and it's just me and Anna. I would just love to hear what her thought process, how she would go through it. And funny thing about Anna, I don't know where she's gonna go. Thiz don't know where she's gonna go, because at one point she'll go, well, the nucleus of this and that, and then she'll go out in space and time and Saturn and everything else. And next moment she'll come on and go, this is just so crazy, B. And I think we never know which Anna we're gonna get. So just gonna be fascinating to figure out. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and get into the second hour with Am I the A-hole, a Mafia video of the week, a positive video of the week. 3-minute break to reboot and refresh, and we'll see everybody on the other side. Stay tuned.
Living for weekends, wishing I could take a break from this world. Running on a hamster wheel, but searching for something I can't feel. I just wanna be a lost girl and fly. Take a breath, feel my wings spread, levitate above the ground and make eye contact with clouds. Now I'm rising, I'm soaring above it all. I just wanna be free, finally, I wanna be free, finally, I wanna be free, finally, I wanna be free, finally. I always stay dreaming, never imagined I lose my spark. Living in this crazy time, putting back the pieces of my mind. I know how to run from the dark and fly. Take a breath, feel my wings spread, levitate into the clouds. I'm so high above the ground, I'm rising, I'm soaring above it all. I just wanna be free, finally, I wanna be free,
We are back, and without further ado, let's go ahead and pay those bills. Radical Truth to Power tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we'll review the news of the week. I have a special change of this. Tracy has asked me to not say go to patreon.com/Tracy Media Fan to help support her in all her endeavors, which I still say you should. But she does have a live Patreon coming up on June 7th, our Voices of the Future. Tracy, if you're still in the comments, go ahead and give us some more understanding of what that is. But she does have a special live Patreon coming up on June 7th called Our Voices of the Future. So please help us support her in that. Please do not forget to go to Elhar's website, BorelliEtc.com. Learn something that you didn't think you need to know, but you should. Please do not forget to go to Theus's website, OurUnitedCore.com. Communities build movements. And if you need to do so, you can do it at if you need to reach me, you can do so at radtp@outlook.com. That's RADTP@outlook.com. And let's go ahead and get into the Mama Heart Hour. And I would greatly ask that if you have not hit that like button, please do so at this time. I would truly appreciate it. Thank you very much. See, even when you dip in something new, you still make it like butter. You just slide it through there. You just
your modesty.
For a while, I kept feeling like my arms are getting longer because I've been patting my own back for the longest time. So, 5 women discussing what we are doing post-election. Okay, I think I'll tune in for that one. I would love to get I love getting perspective from men. All women's panel and an all men's panel. I don't mind the mixture of it, but I love the idea of just hearing the ideas from 2 different points of view. Maybe the same, may not. That's why I love it, because hey,
I think we hear I support what Tracy's doing. I think this is her Black Exodus for this year. If I'm incorrect, let us know, Tracy. But like I would say that we hear a lot from our sisters on these subjects. What we don't hear is a lot coherently from our brothers. I think that that's super important too. We got to do a better job of matching the energy from our sisters. I don't think we're at the phase where we can effectively work together. I mean, there's groups that can, but sometimes we have issues there. But I mean, this is all hands on deck, man. It's all hands on deck. So bravo to the sisters stepping up and doing what they always do, so.
Holding it down. Am I the a-hole? Let us go ahead. Wait a minute. I got another comment. Sorry. Yes, Theus, you are correct. This is my 4th year doing so. First with all Black female panel. Okay. So you are correct, Theus. So somewhere along the line, Theus, I mean, I think the closest we got was you, me, and
Antoine.
No, what was his name? Kiko. Yeah, I think that's the closest we ever came to doing it. Yeah.
Well, I mean, not even necessarily from us. Just,
but in general, just
because me personally, I'm trying to force myself really not to get into the whole politics discussion, just because nobody really wants to hear what I got to say. The nuance is lost in the current environment, and So instead, let me just take a back seat and hear what everybody else got to say, and we'll go from there. You know, and I'll focus more on the things that I'm more passionate about.
That's cool. Let's go ahead and get into our story. Uninvited mom from our wedding.
Am I the astronaut for banning mom from my wedding? My parents got divorced when I was 16. Dad cheated with mom's sister. Oh no. That couldn't have caused any family problems at all. After the divorce, Dad married my aunt. 2 years later, he realized his mistake and divorced. He then tried to get back with Mom, but she was having none of it. When she discovered the affair, Mom stopped talking to a lot of people, Dad included, because a lot of them knew about the affair and covered for them. Family, friends, if they knew before she did, she cut them out. She would only communicate with Dad through lawyers, my brothers, and me. My mom remarried 5 years ago. My dad is still heartbroken. 3 months ago was my engagement party. It was the first time in years Mom has been in the same room as a lot of the invited guests. I asked while planning the party if this would be a problem for her. She said it would be fine. I thought that meant she was ready to forgive and move on. Oh no. She was friendly with some, got on well with my future in-laws, but gave a frostbitten cold shoulder to most. Aunts, uncles from both sides of my family, my grandma, friends her and Dad used to be close with, Dad, all tried talking to her. She acted as if they weren't there, that they didn't exist. I was mortified and angry. It's been years. She couldn't make an effort. The next day I went to see her. We argued. I accused her of breaking her promise to me. She asked what promise. I reminded her that I asked if we would have a problem with the guests. She said no, that it would be fine. She then said that she told me no lie. She was fine with the guest list. It was my party, but she made no promises to interact with those guests. I called her childish, resentful, vindictive, that those personality traits are probably what drove Dad into another's bed. She made me and Dad look like fools in front of everyone, and if she wasn't going to forgive, if she wasn't interested in repairing our family, then she was uninvited from the wedding. That was 3 months ago. She hasn't reached out, apologized, or anything. Can't imagine why. I sent a message inviting her dress shopping. She didn't reply, and she was a no-show on the day. I sent pics of the dresses I liked, asking what she thought. No reply. I sent another message asking if she'd join the next shopping outing. Perhaps we could find her a mother of the bride dress. Again, no reply. What did you expect to happen? You entitled little shit? I went to Dad upset. He tried calling Mom, but as usual, his call went to voicemail. I feel hurt by all this. Yes, I said things that hurt her too, but she is being so stubborn. I'm her child. She should put some work in to mend what broke. My brothers have told me they disagree. They say I'm selfish and self-centered as Dad. If Mom never speaks to me again, it will be my own fault. The thing is, Mom never gave Dad a chance to make up for what he did. He's still sorry about all that happened. I'm afraid she'll be as stubborn and bitter about our fight as she was about Dad's affair. We all make mistakes. So am I the astronaut? I think possibly a small TA, but she is too.
You can go first on this one.
I really don't have anything because Dusty said exactly what the situation is. I mean, you know, okay, so I'll say this part. This is where we were talking many times over the years in the past, where I don't believe that you attack somebody that you claim to care for using the thing that you believe will hurt them the most. She decided to do that to her own mother and then have the audacity to be like, but I'm the kid, so, you have to forgive me because I'm the kid. No, you have someone, you attacked her in the most ruthless way that you could, thereby forgiving in one swoop. You forgave your father for cheating on your mother with your aunt, which broke the family, and then said it's her fault that the family remains broken for what he did. Nah.
OP, I'm going to say this, and I'm so glad it's the second hour. I've been really trying to hold on to that rule of no cussing the first hour, but I wholeheartedly enjoy my second hour because then I get to use cuss words. Your mother is never going to say this to you. Your brothers love you enough to not say this to you. I don't know you other than what your stories with the story you told, but wholeheartedly, you can go fuck yourself. Because everything that you said, this woman was not only betrayed by her husband, not only betrayed by her sister. It sounded like she was betrayed by a lot of family members who knew about this, held on to the secret, never told her. She found out about it, found out herself. Now, she told you she was going to be cordial. Cordial to me means she wasn't going to flip any tables over. She did not say, I'm going to sit here and just hold this sweet little conversation with everybody as if nothing happened. That's not what cordial means. When you ask somebody to do something, you should have an expectation of what that is. And you didn't. Because like I just said, I don't like to repeat myself, but like I said, cordial means I'm not going to act a fool at your party. This is your thing. Have fun with it. I'm going to act civil. But I'm not going to shake hands and pretend like nothing didn't happen. Your thought of cordial means the one that was hurt the most is the one that needs to fix the family. How that sound? The one that was betrayed the most needs to be the one that fixes the family. And then what do? You use that same energy of this, the thought process that you had that she was coming to fix the family, and use it against her. The reason, and maybe this attitude you have, and I'm just paraphrasing, but close enough. Maybe this attitude that you have is the reason why dad stepped out. Now, you didn't think what you said was wrong in a way. I know you didn't think what you said was wrong. You just thought, I'm going to say what the fuck I want to say to my own mama, and everything will go back to normal. Because I'm the baby. Well, I don't know where you grew up at. I'm serious. I have no idea where you grew up. I can't talk to my damn mama like that. Sorry. I'm trying to be a forgiving person. I ain't there yet. You done screwed over my mama. There'll be some real hard forgiveness going on. I will be cordial, really. But that nuclear family that you used to have before I found out that you done fucked over my mama is not happening anytime soon. It's just not. You, the person who did wrong, need to go fix this family. Not the wrongdoer, not the victim. That's not how this works. But in your mind, it does. Why? Because so many Reddit stories that we hear, so many effing times is beginning to just honestly piss me the fuck off. Is every victim of these heinous people have to be the one to take the high ground, to be the nice person, to turn the other cheek. And why? Because this second statement that I hate to hear so much, to keep the peace. Motherfucker, you're the one in peace. I'm not. So who peace are we keeping? We'll do it for family. And I asked this question last week, Theus. We'll do it for family. I'm sorry. When the fuck do the family cut off and begin? Because, see, you was family to me when you fucked me over. But now we're family again? Oh, now we're family again. So that's how that works. You can switch that family thing, switch off and on when it suits you. Nah, bro, I'm not doing this no more. Maybe I am. Fuck them over. Fuck her over, at least. Nah. Oh, and just the nonchalantness of you, just I'm done. I feel like I'll repeat myself. So I'm gonna go to it. Opie is all the way wrong. She is telling her mom how to feel, and that is true. You should get over it. The third statement is, and I'm sick and tired of here. It was a long time ago. For you, but a person that feels that pain, they feel that pain every day. They're not hurt as much as it did at the beginning, but it's still there.
Yep. One of the biggest lies that I know I've heard a lot in our community, I don't know how common it is across the landscape, is time heals all wounds. It's a damn lie.
It is.
It's a lie. Time heals nothing. Effort heals things. Always has been, always will be. All right. Like sometimes I use the analogy of, you break your arm and you do nothing. Eventually your arm is going to try to heal itself. The bone is going to try to knit back together. It's going to heal crooked. It's not going to be as strong, but the bone will fuse back together. And that is healing without effort. But it still took some action. Your body still had to do something, but if you want it to heal right, it needs to be set. It needs to be immobilized. It needs to be cared for. Effort has to be put into that arm becoming stronger than it even was before it got broken. And that's how I view anything, was emotional damage or physical damage. You can try to outrun it, but you can't. And you can let it heal by itself if you want to, but it won't heal strong. It won't heal right. It won't be healthy. And it'll never truly be healed. And then, like you were just pointing out, for the person who did it, for the person who committed the offense, justified or not, because sometimes there's a justification for hurting someone. But the person who committed the offense, they're waiting for the consequences to end. The person who was offended or hurt, they're reliving that offense every single time they think of it until they are healed. And the best way for them to be healed, it takes effort. So it's just crazy to me. People don't want to do the effort part. They want to see if I wait long enough, we can get this behind us.
Right.
Yeah. You can get it behind you. Yeah. You can outrun it. Yeah. You better not ever get tired. You better not ever take a break, because just like the tortoise in the hare story, as soon as you take that break, that problem is still right behind you.
And the deal with this is you have children together, so the healing process is going to take a little longer, especially for your mom. This, taking into account this story, just this story, but you can take it across another realm. I have to be in the same room with you, with that man who betrayed me. I have to be in the room with the sister who betrayed me. I have to be in the room with the family that betrayed me. And you want me to get over it?
Or play nice.
Or play not. She played nice.
She did, but not to the satisfaction of the bride.
Shake hands, kiss cheeks.
Pretend it's all okay. Yeah.
Pretend it's all okay. Yeah.
Deny yourself for my convenience and my entertainment. And this is where you find a direct parallel into our social issues here in America. You want me to play nice. You want me to be in your presence, but not display any of my pain. You want me to suffer peacefully. You want my physical attendance, but you don't want my actual presence. That's the American culture in a nutshell. you know. And it's actually played on all sides and all levels, just from different ways. You know, you want white people to always feel bad about everything, and you want black people to just accept their state and accept the situation. You want Latinos to just fade into the background. It's like everything is about don't inconvenience me. People want the change, but they don't want the process. And it's a human thing, but here we go. So here we go. We got like this situation here. You got your mom at this wedding, and you want the fairy tale. You want the fairy tale, but you don't care how hard it is for your mother to play her role in your fairy tale. And you don't care.
I can't believe OP actually told the mom, your vindictive attitude is maybe the reason that made Dad have an affair.
Yeah, that was what I was saying when you attack somebody at the part that you know that'll hurt them the most. That's never what you do to someone you love.
And the funny thing about it is, OP, you have no idea what the word vindictive means. Because you already had a subset of ideas of how you wanted this to go. So because she didn't do the whole, shake hands, kiss cheeks, pull a table together and hold conversations like normal, that she was just icing them out, ignoring them or whatever, that's vindictive. I'm sorry. What was vindictive about that?
Because to the daughter,
who already had a subset idea of what she wanted.
Right. But to the daughter, and you heard it from her brothers, the daughter is very self-centered. So everything is about herself. And if everything is about you, anything that inconveniences you is an attack upon you. So to her, her mother is using her father to hurt her. That's how the daughter is playing it.
Yeah.
Like, she's a central character and everybody else is just ruining her life.
When you surround yourself with you and nobody else counts, when you're the main character in every story, when you don't get that, when you don't have that daddy that pays enough money to that theater to make you the main character in every play, yeah, I'm still. You feel if you don't do what I ask you to do or what I think you should do, you're attacking me. And I'm just not going to let you have it. So I'm going to let you have it. Now let's pretend like I didn't say a damn thing to you. It was still like one big happy family. You thought that, OP, because you said it in the post. But I'm the child. Yeah, you was, but you didn't know your place. Like I said, I would never talk to my mama like that. So I got hiccups. Oh, come on. 50-something years old. Ain't no way in the world I should have hiccups. Let's go ahead and get into the next story. Mafia video of the week. In celebration of Mama's Day, Mother's Day, but could be half right, Mama Day. But in celebration of Mother's Day, which is tomorrow, and which I celebrated today, which is why I was late, we're going to show two videos today and tomorrow, one apiece. One today and tomorrow. The first one is Mama versus movie night.
Okay, so is that normal for you to want to watch a movie, but you still be on your phone? Because I don't see how you young folks do it. See, when I watch a movie, I watches the movie. I don't be on nothing else but the movie. Okay, now is that loud as it'll go, or can you cut it up some more? So did you pull this up on your Netflix or your hula hoop? See, to me, it could be a better movie if they didn't have all that cussing in there. It don't take all that cussing. B this, F this, D this. It's just so much cussing. I don't think you need all that. Go the other way, fool. And she's sitting there being a liar. A liar. Okay, now what is the air on? It is cold in here. That unit been running since I've been here. Dead in a ditch. Now you know that's how they found Geraldine's daughter. They found her in a ditch. Yeah, she wasn't dead. She was drunk, but they still found her in the ditch. I don't know why that girl drinks like she do. She just drank. She drank like a fish. I don't know what Geraldine them did to her. I don't know, but Lord, he just killing everybody. Is you got your door locked? Okay, now this ain't got no commercials. Do it, cause I don't want to sit through no commercial. I like to watch my movies like I'm, at a movie theater. I don't want to, wait and then watch and then wait and then watch some more. I don't want to do that. She played in that movie with Will Smith. She did. You ever see that movie? Look at him. Just look at it. Okay, now who is that? Who is that? I hadn't seen him no time in the movie. Now, I know we watching a movie, but maybe you need to cut your porch light on too. Now watch she be pregnant. Watch. Okay, so is that her mother? Okay, baby, let me ask you something. Now, are you on a diet or are you fasting? Okay, so when you normally watch your movies, you don't have to have nothing to eat or drink. Because, I'm going to have to have me a little piece of something, a little piece of popcorn, a little piece of chip or a little piece of sandwich or something. He going to kill her just like he killed them other two. See, that's why you can't tell folks nothing. You see how that girl told that other girl secret? You can't. No. He killed somebody else. Okay, now you may have to put the words on the screen if you can't cut it up. Because I can't hear. Cut it up. Cut it up. If we're watching a movie, let's cut it up. Cut it up. And you're going to have to buy you some more juice, too. I knew it. I knew he was going to go in there. Okay, now hold on. She went back to the house for her purse. Okay, well, she want to die. She want to die. Yes, she do. She want to die. Okay, now why you going to keep running and screaming? He going to find you from your screams. And then he gonna run where you at. Why don't you hush? I knew she was gonna die. I knew she was gonna die. That's why I kept saying, go the other way, go the other way. But she didn't listen. Okay, now did you like the movie? Because you liked it. You liked it. Yeah, I liked it. I liked some parts of it. It was an okay movie, yeah. It was okay.
Okay. There are certain parts that she did do that I got, and some that I didn't, or some that I haven't experienced. I'll say that. Some that I didn't experience. I have never experienced who turned the air conditioner on. I haven't experienced that. I haven't experienced. So you be on your phone while you watching the movie, because my mom don't care. She came to watch the movie. Whatever you do, whatever. Just don't bother her. Also, lady, you may need to go get your hearing checked, because if everybody else in the room can hear the TV, and you the only one that can't hear it. Then there are other parts that's either my mom or my grandma. Like one of them, I can hear them yelling, "Why you gonna run, fool?" and be screaming at the same time. He knows where you at. Shut the fuck up. See, they know where you going. Just shut up and run. Also, yeah, definitely the part where she said, "Oh, she went back to the house. Oh, she wanted to die here. Oh yeah, she wanted to die. She wanted to die here." Now that could be my mama and my grandma. Oh yeah, she wanted to die. No, ain't nobody that stupid. But the rest of it was funny to me. And EJ is just funny, period, to me. Some of her skits, some of her jokes land, some of them don't. But all in all, they're just hilarious. And apparently you didn't think so.
I think that it felt like a warm blanket or a comfortable sweater, like she channeled a fun, opinionated elder very well. I was impressed. I enjoyed it. It just felt good. It just felt right. Um, but it also felt long. It felt long as hell. I got the point like after the fifth cycle, But yeah, that's my take.
Yeah, she's really funny to me. Her skits are funny to me, and I saw a video of her being interviewed by somebody, which the irony is not lost on me. Is, well, when did you start doing these YouTube channels? Since the clubs was closed down for the pandemic, because she's a comedian. Since the club closed down for the pandemic, I found out how to edit software and got me a camera, just started doing skits and editing myself. And I'm like, funny how we was started doing the same thing. Like, since everything is shut down and we're not getting the communication like we used to, let's go on and just start talking crap our own selves. Here we are. The pandemic has created an abundance amount of creativity on YouTube that I really don't think it would be here if it wasn't. I'm not giving credit to the pandemic, so please.
The pandemic was a boom to social media because people had nothing else they could do, and then it helped people find new hustles, new hobbies. Overall, I think YouTube has been a good thing. Overall, I can't say that for most things, like most social media. I can't say that for
Netflix or a hula hoop. Now, that's grandma. I'm sorry. I can't see no mom, no generation above me saying it. The generation above them, yeah. Hulu would sound like Hulu, but it's hard to say without saying hula hoop. So yeah, I'll go with that. That wig, yeah. She picked the right prop to put on her head because she knew what that hell was gonna look do when she gets upset, which is the point of the skit for her to get upset. There could have been more jokes about trying to figure out which movie is on and which streaming service. That is a hassle sometimes.
Yeah, it really is, and this is even about age, man. It hit me today. Like I pretty much live in Disney and Hulu. Like those are the streaming platforms I use. I don't use much anything else. And for some reason, I was like, let me see if there's something good to watch on Prime. I never go in Prime. I went in Prime, hit the button, found something I wanted to see, right? Hit the button. Damn commercials.
Yep.
I haven't been in Prime since they started playing commercials. So
if you don't want to pay for it,
I'm not paying Amazon more money.
Then you're gonna have to have it.
I already paid for Prime. They already ruining the world. I'm not giving them more just so I don't have to, because their content ain't even that good. Most stuff you find on Amazon, you got to rent it or buy it anyway. So no, if I'm gonna watch commercials, I'm gonna go to Amazon's Tubi service and I'll watch stuff on Tubi and Freevee, right? I'll go watch it over there where I know I'm getting commercials. I know going in, I'm going to watch commercials, but I'm on this channel because I want to see old TV shows. right? So I came to Freevee so I could see old TV shows. But Amazon Prime, no, I don't want no commercials. So as soon as the first commercial came, I didn't even get through the commercial. Commercial came on, I turned it right off and went right on back to Hulu.
Yeah, the funny thing about me is you go to Netflix that has thousands upon thousands of movies and every genre that you can think of or not think of. And I went to watch White Collar, just being watched on that. Again, by the way, again. That was
Never got into
after
White Collar.
that was after binge watching Numbers. Again. I don't know what it is. But it's 3 shows that I binge watch, and I don't even know. Trust me, it has to be like a whole bunch of time between it because then I don't care no more.
Yeah, the show I was trying to watch, Person of Interest. That's what it was.
And person of interest.
Because that's just a good. I've watched it all the way through at least 3 times. But as soon as I saw a commercial, I ain't want to see it that bad.
Nah, I've tried it. TikTok especially got big during the pandemic. It did.
Yeah, but I didn't start even. I don't even use TikTok. First time I think I successfully got into TikTok couldn't have been more than 2 months ago. But I have for some reason become mildly addicted to Instagram, which is basically a slower TikTok. This stuff is bad. It's brain rot, man. It locks you into these little quick hits. Nah, I don't even turn that stuff on no more now.
You're doing a lot better than me because I don't even think I got TikTok on my phone anymore, honestly. And if I got TikTok, it's probably because somebody sent me a TikTok video and I have to.
I set up TikTok for my business, but I've never done anything with it.
I set it up to promote the show, but you have to have a certain amount of numbers to get a live show. So you have to do little segments and things like that. And it's like, that sounds too much like work. So no, I'm done. Pluto is free, therefore good.
But got all them dang on commercials.
Do you think there is a more bougie streaming service than Max? Used to be HBO Max. Netflix
I think the more bougie version would probably be like Paramount Plus because it's a small set of people who go get Paramount Plus, you know. But Max doesn't even have all that good of content, you know.
What was mine? Hold on, Peacock.
Does Peacock still exist? Because that's the MSNBC streaming channel.
Yes.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, yeah. Well, I'll say so. Maybe Peacock. Definitely to me, Paramount Plus. Those are the 2 that are like you went and got those because you just got some money to burn, right? You got to have all the streaming channels. That's just who you are, and that's fine. That's cool. It's like people got all the cable channels. Go do your thing. But I told you the ones I watch. Now I have most of these. I do not have Peacock. I do not have Paramount Plus. There's 2 people in my family like Netflix. 2 people in my family like Hulu and Disney. You know, it's like it's just everybody all over the place. So
I just say that because it's the most expensive, I think.
Oh, that's good to know. Because like I don't pay for Max.
I don't pay for it's a family thing, so to speak. Like we do probably have all the streaming services, but only one family member pay for it. But
do not be on Al Gore's internet telling folks what you're doing. This ain't 2022. Don't do that.
Oh, I'm sorry. You still want all our money. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But no, for me, it's my internet company provides Max for free. My cell phone company provides Netflix for free. I only pay for Hulu and Disney, and I pay for the little package thing because I don't want commercials, and then that's how I roll.
I got YouTube TV, and I've never looked at it. I mean, honestly, if I'm being truthful, I don't use too many of the streaming services. It's the equivalent of me using TikTok. It's the equivalent of using X. I know it exists, but I don't care enough to get into it. I just don't. I never understood people who go through the rabbit hole. I can see me getting down in the rabbit hole of Reddit. I get it. But be honest with you, Reddit, that stories that are read to me, sure. Reddit, the website where I have to read it. No.
See, YouTube, I'd never even think about YouTube TV. I've never used it, never seen it. I think of YouTube TV must be like YouTube.
YouTube TV is supposed to give you all your local stations and then some. And then if you have TV shows that you like, you record them and you can look at them whenever you want and whatever station that they provide. So if you have old shows that you like, you type it into the search and it'll come up, and maybe it's playing on one of them, channel 541 one day, it'll record it for you. I mean, YouTube TV have channels I've never heard of, never would look for.
That's cool.
So
I'm paying for YouTube Premium. That's as far as YouTube is going to get from me.
I'm about to think about being done with that. I'm literally about thinking about how bad. I better not say that. I'm about to say how bad is those commercials for YouTube?
They're horrible.
They are terrible.
They're horrible. So I paid my little $10 or whatever it is now. It's probably $12. Maybe at this point they keep changing prices all over the place. But I paid that. I don't even think about it. That's just the cost of doing business. Because what I can't stand is when I'm watching one of my space documentaries or I'm watching something about the prehistoric era and I keep having to see some stupid commercial pop up. I get mad. And then I live on YouTube Music. Like, that's all I listen to is YouTube Music, right? So I need to not have commercials. I need to be able to turn off my screen and still have my stuff playing. Those are convenience factors that I need. I can't use my Amazon Music because my teenager is always streaming it.
Peacock is really only worth it if you're into wrestling stuff, which is true.
Oh, well, yeah, that's not me.
And if you're not into wrestling, because it's like $10 a month to get it or something like that, when it used to be pay-per-views of $50. So now they put all the pay-per-views on Peacock when it happens. Oh crap, I have one today, which I didn't see obviously because I was at an event and I don't care. But anyway, if you're not a wrestling fan, don't do it. Again, you can go to YouTube TV and get the same crap just on that channel. YouTube has a decent streaming service. They do. Look, it's the equivalent of what can you afford, basically. What can you afford? If you can afford it, cool. If you can't, pick up a book. YouTube TV is like a digital cable package. But yeah, if it was satellite TV, YouTube TV is that. It's satellite TV. It just replaced satellite TV. Minus the, 10,064, that's what's the music stream part of it. So yeah. Same thing as I have YouTube Premium and YouTube Music for the same thing. I do not have YouTube Music. I don't listen to music enough. And Backlash was decent. I don't care. I really didn't care one way or the other. That's the name of the wrestling pay-per-view. I don't care one way or the other. I'll watch it tomorrow, and I guarantee you I'll be fast forwarding through a lot of it. I tell people this when they say, "You still watch wrestling?" What's your definition of watch?
If you're
You know,
paying any money whatsoever, you are
yeah,
watching.
but I'm the person who will fast forward to where I know the ending is coming because I just want to see what happened in the end. But if
Hey,
you ask
we
me,
all got our things.
but have I watched the whole show? No.
Yeah, we all got our things. Like me, I don't really care for football at all anymore. Like I could care less. But if I'm going to try to watch a football game, I have no bones whatsoever of falling asleep for 2 hours and waking up and seeing the end of it. Like,
Yeah, it depends on who's playing too.
it just doesn't.
I'm
I'm
not
going to
watching.
sleep. At some point, I'm going to sleep.
It really depends on the team that I'm playing because, be honest with you, there have been plenty of times I knew I could give a rat's butt about which team wins this game and put them on as in background noise just to take a nap. I promise you, I've done that so many times.
I'll try to watch like college football back when I would watch football. College football, I'll try to watch it, but I'm falling asleep. Anything, it's a 3-hour commitment. I just don't have that in me.
There are only 5 matches and it was short. Man. I may play that in the background while I eat my leftovers from the day. Seriously, I just didn't care. I didn't care about the matchup. I already knew who was going to win. I didn't care. So I'll probably do the same thing. I'll fast forward to the ending just to see who win and go, oh, okay. I was right. Or I was wrong. Or I was right that I don't give a fuck. So, okay. But anyway, last segment of the night, positive story of the week. If you haven't already, please go ahead and hit that like button. I truly appreciate it. Like I said, this is the final segment of the show. Also, keep in mind the video is positive, but it is a neurodivergent video, so there's a lot of movement in the background. So be prepared for that if you have issues with it. So let's go ahead and get into it. Surprise party.
Today I messed up by coming home early to surprise my wife, who was having a surprise birthday party for me. Now, I know what you're thinking. Who forgets their birthday? Yeah, I know it's weird. I had a little bit of a rough childhood, and my birthday was never really celebrated, or it was just forgotten altogether. Or sometimes it was both. So as I grew older, I forgot about myself. I mean, we never did anything and whatnot, so who cared? Now I'm married with a wonderful woman who's very thoughtful, but she always does some kind of party or date on my birthday. But sometimes I still forget. So today, I came home early from work to surprise my wife, who was ironically enough surprising me. I walked in quietly and I saw her in the kitchen with flour and cake mix on her forehead and tapestries. There were birthday cups, flowers, and gifts around the table. She was making a cake for a surprise party. My surprise party. My mouth dropped and I quickly walked backwards to the door, exiting quietly, and waited until 7:30 to come back home. My wife would have been so sad and she was working so hard. I couldn't ruin the surprise. So within a time frame of about 3.5 hours, I practiced my, "Oh my God, I'm so surprised" face. When I came home, she yelled, "Surprise!" And I did a very crappy surprise face that I'd been practicing for a few hours. I hugged her and we had a movie marathon. This secret will never come out, but I think this was the best birthday I've ever had. I find this kind of funny, and I will be taking the secret to my grave.
Taking the secret to your grave that you just told everybody on the internet.
Yeah. It's just the irony of doing that. It just kills me. I'm not going to tell anybody like this as I sit there and tell hundreds of thousands of people.
I'm not going to tell anybody, but I'm going to scream this out the window right quick. Y'all pretend like you ain't hear me.
I'm built differently. I don't care who is playing. If it's the NFL I'm watching, my last podcast was about the draft. Honestly,
I know you're a football fan, Tracy, and you're a football fan. Marlon is a wrestling fan. I don't know what I'm a fan of. Like, I'm struggling right now, bro, with YouTube. I'm having a hard time because YouTube gives you.
I'm sorry. This Foxy have this thing where how far are you?
49 steps.
She has to get 10,000 steps in, so she keeps walking in and out of my room.
But you're at the other end of the hall.
Walk to the end of the hall and then walk back in. That should be your 49 steps.
But that's 4 steps to sit in my chair.
So she's trying to get 10,000 steps, but she definitely ain't going back out the door. So she's walking to our bedroom, back into my room, into the bedroom.
997.
Well, you could also jog in place.
You literally can walk back into our bedroom. That should be it.
Steps have to be walked.
But anyway, Tracy, this is how far off I don't feel off the NFL. Normally I would look up the players. Old Marlon knew the players we was drafting, knew who I wanted, what position we needed at. This draft, I have no idea who we drafted. What? Good night, dear. She got her 10,000 steps. All right. I know who we drafted. I don't know who that person is. I knew the people afterwards that we drafted. I don't know any of them people. And it may have literally something to do with when you have been dealing with a sucky team for so long, I don't care. And we suck for so long that I'm just tired. So until you start winning, okay, I'll start paying attention. But don't care. Yeah, we got 60 seconds.
Got more than an apple pie.
You suck the fun air out of every room you walk into.
What did I do this time? I'm trying to support people, man. I'm trying to be, it's cool though. It's cool.
Biz, tell everybody where they can find you.
The hero is often cast as a villain. Oh, but you can find me right here with Mr. Marlon and Miss Anna. It's the best place to find me. Yeah. Yep.
Main character. I tell you. Last comment of the night. My favorite Reddit story you all share was the one where someone involved in the story finding out about the post. People think nobody will find out when they posted their personal business, which is absolutely true. Which literally is absolutely true. And yeah, I love to get the stories when it's the he say, she said thing and it's the back and forth on it because it's like, yeah, I read the story. You're talking about me, so I'm going to say something back. Especially when it's toxic to begin with anyway. But anywho, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, non-conforming individuals, and of course,
I'm assuming you're LGBTQ.
I appreciate Thea's. I appreciate our attorney Anna tomorrow. And until next time, we will see you when we see you. Peace.
Good night, everyone. Remember, if you have the blessing of having your mother in your life or a mother around you, tell them thank you tomorrow.
Yep. Thank you, mother. All right. Till tomorrow. Bye.